I'd play against these guys with one leg. I hate the Cardinals. All they do is bitch and moan about everything. All of them. They're little bitches, all of them. Those are the comments, which led to the bench-clearing brawl last August, made by Cincinnati Reds second baseman Brandon Phillips. Add that with the celebration by Johnny Goes after the news that Adam Wainwright is out for the year. Plus, having a starting rotation which features a drug chief, an ace who kicks like a little girl and is currently on the disabled list. Along with the common shoplifter, you've got the makings of a true champion. I'll be back to discuss this weekend's series with the Reds after getting my free $60 worth of t-shirts from Macy's and my Lunchables for the week, right here on the Hot Corner. Cards take 2 out of 3 from the Cincinnati Reds. Let me rephrase that. The first place St. Louis Cardinals took 2 out of 3 from the Cincinnati Reds over the weekend. Would have been a sweep, but I'll explain that in a minute. Friday night. Okay, early Saturday morning, Cards beat the Reds 4-2 after a 2-hour and 15-minute rain delay. There are very few times I get impressed with the moves by Tony La Russa, but the one he made in terms of starter was brilliant. Knowing it was almost guaranteed that there would be a lengthy rain delay, La Russa pulled Kyle McClellan as the starter and replaced him with Miguel Batista. This would allow for McClellan to pitch either later on if they resumed play, or the next day without missing a scheduled start. Meanwhile, Dusty Baker is crying about it, because apparently he got false information from the umps regarding the weather. He blames that on staying with the starter, Edinson Volquez, and wasting a start once the delay was over. Hey Dusty, that's clearly your fault. Did you honestly expect the umpiring crew to give you accurate information about the weather? They can barely do their jobs umpiring games, much alone taking on other responsibilities. But then again, the meteorologists don't have a clue what the hell they're doing either. Nonetheless, Kyle McClellan goes 6 solid innings in relief, giving up 2 runs on 7 hits. As for the offense, first inning, Albert Pujols flies out, scoring Ryan Theriot 1-0 Cards. In the second, Pujols singles in Theriot. And in the third, David Freese singles in Lance Berkman to give the Cards a 3-0 lead. Yadier Molina drives in Berkman in the 5th, and that's all the run support he needed. As for Brandon Phillips, he got booed every time he was at bat. He went 2 for 5. He did get a single and a home run, but really, he had nothing to do with the outcome of this game. And 3 of the 4 guys you can really count on in the bullpen these days, Eduardo Sanchez, Jason Mott, and Mitchell Boggs, finish off Cincinnati for the win, and Boggs gets his second save in as many chances. Saturday afternoon, on national television, the Cardinals blow a 3-2 lead and lose the game 5-3. Once again, another solid performance by Chris Carpenter, wasted by La Russa, and him thinking he knows how to utilize the bullpen. Carp goes 6 innings, getting up 2 runs on only 2 hits, striking out 6. His only mistakes were in the 6th inning, walking Phillips and giving up a rocket to last year's National League MVP, Joey Votto, to dead center field. It wouldn't be tied for long. Albert Pujols hits a bomb to the Hilton to give the Cards the lead in the bottom of the inning. Fernando Salas gets the Reds in the 7th. Then here's where the trouble begins. Bautista comes in to start the 8th inning, and guess what? It starts raining. 42-minute rain delay, and Bautista is back out there once again. Drew Stubbs gets on with 1 out after a throwing error by Freese. He ends up on second. After striking out Phillips, who went 0 for 4, striking out twice, but gets on with a walk in the 6th and a throwing error in the 9th. Votto is intentionally walked to get to Johnny Gomes, who's hit by a pitch to load the bases, and that's the end for Bautista. In comes Trevor Miller, and hopefully to get the left-handed Jay Bruce out to end the inning. Instead, he misses with the slider and walks in the tying run. just when you think it couldn't get any worse. In comes Ryan Franklin. I'm sure I don't even have to explain what happens next. You probably already know. On his third pitch, Miguel Cairo singles in both Votto and Gums, and the game's pretty much out of reach at this point. And, in his honor, time to cue the song.
Hey, you're all washed up. Would you please shut up? Take a walk away.
Look, I'm all for giving the guy a second chance to redeem himself. But with Chinzilla, wouldn't it be best if you only use him when the game's completely out of reach, so he doesn't do any more damage? Since you insist on keeping him and all, look genius. Anyhow, the Cards bounce back Sunday night and win 3-0. As for the game itself, turned out to be a pitcher's duel between Volquez and Jake Westbrook. Westbrook goes 6 solid innings, giving up 3 hits, striking out 4. Meanwhile, Volquez pitches 5 2/3 innings, striking out 7. The difference maker, the bottom of the 6th. Matt Holliday doubles into the right field gap with 1 out, which led to an intentional walk to Lance Berkman to get to Daniel Descalzo. He pops out the first, which brings up Yachty, who in turn takes the drug cheat Volquez to the left field bleachers. Cards are up 3-0, and that's all they really need. Fernando Salas and Eduardo Sanchez shut them down in the 7th and 8th respectively. Then, Mitchell Boggs gets to save, his 3rd one of the year in 3 tries. That's 2 more than our closer, Franklin, could do. As for Phillips, he goes 2 for 4, doubling twice, but those proved to be absolutely meaningless. And that other guy, Gomes, well, he went 1 for 9 in the series, walking twice and striking out 3 times. He really didn't do much either, even without Waino. Which proves that unless you can back up your comments with appropriate actions, which the Reds failed to do this weekend, they're the ones who look like a bunch of little bitches. On that note, the Cards are off today, enjoying a half-game lead over Milwaukee. Then they head south tomorrow to face the Houston Astros. And right off the bat, they get to face Bud Norris. But we do have Jaime Garcia to counter. Regarding Norris, with any luck, we can finally get to this guy. He's average to everyone else in the league. Alright, time to close out the show with my question of the day. Who is despised more in Cardinal Nation, Brandon Phillips or Ryan Franklin? Let me know what you guys think. Submit your answers, comments, questions, responses, or anything else in the comment box below. Subscribe on YouTube and follow me on Twitter. On a more serious note, there were devastating storms that went through the St. Louis area on Friday night, including a tornado which was classified as an EF4 that blew through Lambert Airport and the surrounding areas. Luckily, nobody was seriously injured, but my thoughts and prayers do go out to those who were affected by the storms and are still trying to recover. Now, if you want to help out, there's a couple of sites with information on how you can do so. You can click on either www.redcrossstl.org and or www.stl.unitedway.org. Till next time, go Cards!